Judge, today's case is no kids.
She starts food fights, fires, and flattened tires. Let's see if we can cut back on the crazy and find happily ever after.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toler presiding.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Stevie Harden and Ephipeny Dunk. Mr. Harden and Ms. Dunk, you have been together for 7 years and been living together for the last 6 months. Mr. Harden, you have 2 children from a previous relationship. You do not have any children. You are here today, Mr. Harden, seeking $500 for tires. We're going to talk about that momentarily. But before we do, Ms. Dunk, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your relationship and why we're here today?
Okay, Judge, we are here today because Mr. Harden over here thinks that he's entitled to me having his son, and we have our own issues, and I have my own values that I'm going by in this scenario.
Entitled? Now,
Yes,
is that
ma'am.
the word you wanted to use?
That is definitely the word I want to use.
Your Honor,
Let's talk to Mr. Harden about that. Do you?
I'm most definitely entitled.
Tell me about that.
I already have 2 little girls,
Yeah?
and now I need a son. We've been together for like 7 years, so why not? What you waiting on? We right here on national TV.
Marry her.
Number one, exactly. Number one.
I bet if y'all were married, it would be a different answer.
She don't want to get married.
Okay,
don't wanna get
that
married?
is such a fib. Number one, I have my own scenarios with Stevie. Stevie is a flirt. He cheated before in the beginning of our relationship. He is very, very friendly. You see how he smiles?
Very
Stevie?
friendly.
Hey man, I like to smile.
Exactly.
I like to
He
smile.
likes
I'm
to
not that
smile.
friendly.
He's very
That's a
flirty.
smiler, but he's not a cheater.
Exactly. That smile say, look at me, come talk to me. That's what that smile says.
You've been smiling since
Judge.
you got a beautiful smile, but you're smiling. Mr.
Judge.
Harden, what do you have to
Not
say,
true.
sir?
She is look at me. Because every time, like, okay, we go out to eat somewhere. I'm gonna give you a scenario.
Okay.
We went out to eat one day, and I was looking at the waitress, taking my order. She was taking my order. She looks at me dead in my eyes and then asks me, like, hey, like, why you looking at her like that? I'm like, I'm not looking at her like that. She tipped the plate over. She tipped the plate over in my plate.
Surely. I did, because he was
She
doing...
tossed the plate
He
on
was
your
doing
plate.
more than just
Yes.
talking, taking an order. It's a little bit more conversation going on. The woman was not supposed to be there that long.
Repeat the conversation to me that required you to put his meal on his lap.
I don't recall the actual wording. It was just a little bit too much going on.
Give me an idea.
Idea of, I used to be a waitress myself, so it does not take that long to get your plate and go about your business. And you're not making eye contact and smiling and joking
She
with
was
each
trying
other.
to say
She
I was
wasn't
giving her
talking
the
to
eye,
me
but I wasn't
like
giving her
that.
the eye.
She was not joking and laughing with me like she was joking and laughing with Stevie. And he was
Do you think he was doing something? Because wait staff, they're trying to get tips, so they smile, they laugh, they're kind.
But what she need to know is she'll get the tip from me, not from Stevie. He gonna hand me his wallet. She gonna get it from me, not from Stevie. So yeah.
Tell me something Mr. Harden has done, because that's not on him. That was on her.
Well, we could go back. I'm pretty sure that was boiling up to that moment, which is why I blew up. But previously, when me and Stevie first moved in together, I was at work and my neighbor hit me up. She texted me because it was a new job, so I couldn't talk. My neighbor texted me and asked me, did I know of a particular girl being with Stevie while I was at work? And I just was like on alert already, because there is no one should be with Stevie while I'm at work coming in and out of our house.
Hang on.
So I called him. He did not answer the phone. So when I got off of work, because I could not leave early, I got there, and you sitting there with already got your scenario together, because I guess he already had seen the neighbor and knew what was going on, that she was gonna tell me. So when I got there, he was like, oh, remember we was mad last night, so I was gonna pack up and leave, but your stuff's still there, and you sitting there chilling watching TV.
Mr. Harden, what is your version of that event?
Well, I like to say, first of all, I love her.
Right,
First and
okay.
foremost. That's my baby.
All right, we heard that part. Now give us the next part.
Okay, next part. It was her friend. Her friend came over.
No friend.
It was her friend.
I don't have no friends.
Neutral friends. We was neutral friends. I wouldn't dare bring a girl over.
Let Mr. Harden
Never.
finish.
I wouldn't dare bring a girl over in our home. I would never do that. Like, it was a friend. She came over. She stopped through. I guess she was looking for Ephipeny. She wasn't there. I was there. We were just conversating.
I had been in that place for over a year before Stevie and I decided to move in together when I renewed my lease. Ain't nobody ever stopped in my house, ever. ever stopped to my house.
So you think he was doing something
Definitely a
inappropriate?
lie, and I know he was.
Do you have any other stories for me? That's a little suspect, but I can't just give it to you. Anything else?
Okay, so let's see.
Your Honor, I got a story.
Oh, please, tell it to me.
Okay. Yeah. Since we're doing all that, now. Okay. As you know, I want to have a son.
Right.
One day, I came home. I guess she didn't know I was home. She was upstairs. Snuck upstairs. I heard her talking on the phone to a friend. I found out she was on birth control.
Okay.
So that hurt me to the core. Like, I can't even believe that she would do that.
Okay, number one, I'm a grown woman and I have my own timeline. Bruh, I'm not ready for that. Like,
wait a minute. Do you think that any woman that you're dating ought to be willing to have a child with you?
Yeah.
Why?
Why not?
How long you got?
How long I got?
How long you got for me to explain that to you? Do you know that one of the most important things you ever do in life is to bring in life with another person? Do you understand that every person that you bring into this world as mother or as a father, you must love and care for financially, emotionally, physically, and be there for? So if every woman you date is required to carry your seed, you will have children hither and yon, you will have absolutely no money, and you will be raising a generation that doesn't live in a house with their father, which is not the best way to go.
Exactly, Judge. So I feel strongly just the same because I was an outside child in my house, so I totally, no.
No, respond to that, Mr. Harden, because apparently you're not the only person who believes that, but I don't understand that train of thought.
Well, I'm a hard-working man. I try to take care of home the best way I can.
I try to take care of home the best way I can. Do you think the next generation of children will survive and thrive on I try the best way I can?
I think everybody in here, you try the best of your ability. And I'm gonna try my best of my ability, and with my sidekick, hopefully she'll help me.
I think you're a nice dude, Mr. Harden, but you've dug yourself such a deep hole. I'm gonna have to get you a ladder to get out of here.
Sugar daddy.
Now, Ms. Dunk, do you have a sugar daddy?
My definition of a sugar daddy, his definition of a sugar daddy is two different things.
Your Honor, I got something else.
What else do you have, sir?
She got a sugar daddy.
She has a sugar daddy. Oh, okay. Now, Ms. Dunk, do you have a sugar daddy? Because you've been with him for 7 years. Are you a faithful woman just because you don't want to have his kid?
I was gonna say, my definition of a sugar daddy, his definition of a sugar daddy is two different things, but whatever he want to call
You even named him Sugar Daddy on your phone.
I did that being petty. I did that being petty with Mrs.
So she may play innocent.
All kinds of somebody's wrong. How you gonna do that?
With him because he was just like, I know you got a sugar daddy because you've been doing this, and the third, and they asked me for no money. But hey, I mean, it is what it is. So when he went through my phone, I made him see what he wanted to see.
Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
She came like, okay, we was budgeting and we was trying to say that we was gonna save. We got a joint account, and I know it's in the account. And one day she came home on a little mini shopping spree. Now we talked about it a week before, like about saving. And now all of a sudden she come home with bags. And then I got suspicious. And then I went through her phone. And then that's when I seen Sugar Daddy.
Okay, so that scenario right there, that had nothing to do with that man. I have my own separate money that Stevie knows nothing about. And sometimes I want to do stuff and him not know about it. So if I want to surprise him with something, I don't want him to see that I don't withdraw money from my account. He gonna ask me about it. So yes, how you surprise somebody and we got a joint account.
You say he has women calling him all the time. Who's calling?
This man's phone go off more than a little bit. Like, and he's so petty, he won't even put it on silent. He think it's funny.
Are a lot of women calling you, Mr. Harden?
Yeah, my 2 girls.
Lies.
Your daughters?
My daughters.
The lies.
So it's just the kid?
The lies.
And family members.
But no side pieces?
Listen,
no
y'all,
side pieces.
I took him for the first time to meet my mom in church or whatever, and number one, we were late because Mr. Primper over here likes to look nice before we go anywhere. So when we get there to church, we're already late, so we're sitting at the edge. My mom couldn't even give like a formal greeting because the preacher's preaching. You over here, getting it in with the text, and like I politely scooted on over by my mom and just let him have have his little time.
Were you texting in the house of the Lord?
I was texting.
Yeah, just
It was a woman, I know for sure. Even though
How do you know that?
Because that's all he texts. He's so petty. We'll be sitting up beside each other. He'd be like, well, I don't, just so you don't think, now I'm gonna put my phone by you. All I hear is ping, this name, ping, that name, ping, this name.
She saying all that. Okay, one day I went out of town.
Yeah.
Came back home.
Yeah.
Hickeys on her neck. So I'm just trying to say, when we left, we kind of left, not on bad terms, but just, we was...
It wasn't cool.
Wasn't cool.
Number one, we were not living together, and we were still trying to determine what route we were going.
The next week, she popped up to my house and try to set my car on fire.
If you would like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Missed the show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms, and for exclusive content, go to Apple TV. So she's saying that you were kind of like not together on a break. Were you on a break?
Yeah, we was on a break, but that don't mean anything.
Well, what are the break rules? I never understand that. What are the break rules? Because
his break rules.
What does a break mean?
Your Honor, his break
What can you
rules
do
are.
on
This
a
is
break?
why I ended up with the hickeys, because in the back of my mind, I could think, you remember when you thought that your Stevie was serious, and then you hear that he at the studio with him, his homeboy having a threesome with one of the girls.
Everybody got a studio.
Listen, I don't understand. So why does the threesome, like, does that equal to the hickeys, or is that like a little bit above, beyond, a little bit under? How you work that out?
Your Honor, she just mad because, okay, I had a threesome with her friend.
Okay.
Okay?
It was like
Now, were you on a break?
Years ago.
Oh, years ago.
Years
a
ago.
cool friend, though. He
Years
just
ago.
diminished that little friendship, like.
She just jealous.
But it was before your time. Listen,
You can't
it was before your time, yes?
I didn't hold on to that. I'm just letting it be known that you have your history, so it ain't like you just squeaky clean. So no, we're not doing that.
Nobody's squeaky clean. But did that happen before you?
No, okay, so it was in the middle of that when you first meeting somebody and we're hanging with each other constantly for 2 weeks situation. And in the middle of that, I figured that you were not for me because you got OkCupid, you got Tinder, you got POF, and you got all the rest of the social media. So I'm like, what you need me for? So I pulled back. My little homegirl get back in town from military because she was deployed. She come to my house the next morning and she just like, girl, I just came from chilling with such and such. They gave her a little rundown of the dude. And I say, who? Stevie?
Mr. Harden, did all that? You look so struck, Mr. Harden. Over there. I feel sorry for you. You all right over there?
I'm just having all that is true. I'm just having flashbacks because I'm just having flashbacks because.
And I said nothing. I wasn't even mad. We progressed on with our friendship. I just like we could just be friends, and that's how it stayed.
Right, if that's that's how you roll.
I didn't hold it over his head or nothing.
And she said she was mad and she didn't hold it over my head, but then the next week she popped up to my house and try to set my car on fire.
That was just a threat because I was mad. It was a heated moment. I was upset.
What did you think would happen? Oh, she lit my car on fire. Let me go back to her.
It happens.
Hey.
Well, speaking of things that happen, what we're here about is tires. You want $500 for tires because you said she slashed yours.
Yes.
Really?
Tell me why she did it, what happened.
Like I say, the threesome, it made her it made her so enraged. So she pops up to my house. She bum rushes inside the house when I open the door, like, you know, where you just trying to get inside the door.
Right, yeah, and she just
slam inside.
You putting two stories together. That is
I'm
wrong.
not putting two stories together. No.
Let him finish his story, then we'll get to yours.
tell you my side of the
Mr. Harden,
story.
go ahead, sir.
She bulged into the house.
Right.
Cussing me out, telling me this, telling me that. And then go outside like, this pretty car you got outside. Oh, that's what it is. Got this girl crazy because you got a nice car. I'm finna blow it up. So she got a lighter and try to light the gas tank.
No, wait.
Try to light the gas tank. Realized that wasn't gonna work, and then she slashed the tires.
And when was this?
Probably halfway in our relationship. Probably like 4 years.
4 years ago?
Yeah.
Now, you say he's got two stories conflated. Why don't you tell me
Yes,
what
ma'am.
the accurate stories are?
Because this was around the time, you know, like when you in a relationship, well, not everybody probably experienced this, but when you going through things with somebody and it's kind of like y'all in competition with who can make each other the maddest or who can, you know, just piss each other off. So it was that point in time where he was getting real petty and he had left his phone in the car when he left the house and I was trying to get in contact with him and I had put location on his phone. So I pulled up to the location and I didn't know whose house it was and that was my fault. And I did bomb rush in and then I saw what was going on. I slashed his tires. I left a note on the door. In the thing and told him to be home by 9.
I am so sad.
Pay for them tires. That's why I don't know why he acted like this now.
Did she help pay for those
She
tires?
helped pay for them. She helped pay for them.
Can I say this? Can I say this? And I know, I get it. I come from a different generation. We did things differently. But just because it's old don't mean it's a bad idea.
Yes, ma'am.
I am so pleased that you have enough sense to say, I'm dating a guy, he wants a kid, so let me go and have one. That is not what one ought to do.
It would never.
Children are serious business. Children are very, very serious business, and you can't just have them with the woman that you're with for the time that you're with them, then move on and think it's gonna be all right. It's not all right. We had 6 boys. They learned most of the stuff, not because my husband told them, but my sons watched him, because he was there every day. Not some days, not most days, not by phone, not by FaceTime. The brother was just there. And that's where they learned all their best stuff. So you can't just tangentially commit to a woman for a brief period of time and expect her to put your future in her body without any guarantee that she's gonna spend a future with you. Can't do it. I know people do it,
They do.
but it's not the best way to get this thing done. That's number 1. Number 2, child support will kill you if you continue. I mean, beat you like a kid in the street. You know what I'm saying? That's number 1. And number 2, Ms. Dunk, I can't celebrate you because you out here lighting stuff on fire, cutting up tires, throwing meals in people's faces. You know, you cannot anger a man into your arms. You cannot upset him into his heart. You just can't do it. The best thing you can do is have your life, live your life, be well, be happy, and if he ain't gonna act right, just keep it moving. Don't. You know, can't remember his name, don't remember his voice. They're gonna wonder about it. But you up there lighting stuff on fire and whatnot. That's a little bit ego satisfying for him too. It's like, I've made this woman that crazy.
She loved me.
You've got children. It happened 4 years ago and you said she helped pay for them, so I'm not giving you a thing. Both of you continue to be as reasonable as possible so the children that you do already have reasonable parents from which to learn. Are we together on that?
Yes, ma'am.
There will be no recovery in this matter. It is so ordered.
You keep saying she loves you, but you won't put a ring on it. Can we think about marriage, or are you gonna finally try and tie the knot here, or what?
Whenever she agreed to having a baby, then I could think about putting a ring on it.
All right, so the question is, can we cut back on the crazy?
I'm pretty sure we can.
We just checked in with him to see if he's done some growing up. He wants to know if the baby's gonna come. I'm not agreeing with it,
His
but
timeline is not right, so whenever he reverse it the right way, we might talk about it.